All right, we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to another Webflow workshop. I'm your host Nelson. Thank you for joining me this week. This week's topic, we're going to migrate a WordPress database into the Webflow CMS. Now, before we begin, I just want to give a big shout out to Charli Marie. She donated her blog data. She's currently on WordPress, and I've asked her to export it out to as a CSV so we can then import it into the Webflow CMS. And that's what I want to show you guys. I want to show you how easy it is to get your blog posts from WordPress over to Webflow. All right. Now, we know that there's a Webflow CMS API where if you have coding skills, you can put things into the Webflow CMS using code. But most of us, like myself, are designers, and so we need a visual way to import that data into the Webflow collections or CMS. All right. So that's what we're going to be learning today. What else? Oh, and also, yeah, back on Charli. Again, thank you so much, Charli. You can check her out at charlimarie.com. She is a designer, YouTuber, and she's a traveler. She works remotely as a graphic and web designer for... I forgot the name of the company. Sorry, Charli. But check out her YouTube channel at Charli Marie TV. She posts videos every Tuesday and Saturday. And she posts things like vlogs and design tips and, just a lot of stuff that'll help you understand design more from a very personal experience, a personal point of view. So go ahead and check it out. Again, it's charlimarie.com or youtube.com/Charli Marie TV. Yeah. So check that out. All right. So this is the page we're going to be rebuilding. This is her blog page. And it seems pretty straightforward. So I'm going to be doing this page and also one of the collection template pages. For example, if I let's click on the first one right here. All right. So this is what the blog post page is, the single blog post page. And so we're going to be doing this and making it all responsive. And yeah, so we're not going to do the whole site, just these two pages, the blog and the blog post page, and that's about it. All right, so thanks again to everyone who's in the live chat room right now. And if this is your first time being at one of our Webflow workshops, it streams every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and we do stuff like this where we rebuild a popular site or show you some tricks and tips on how to use Webflow more effectively. All right, so let's get to it. Go back here. All right, let's do our visual breakdown. So we have a basic nav bar right here that spans just probably like a 1200 pixel width in the margin auto to make it centered. There's no logo, so we can remove that when we put in our nav component. But the logo is here. And then we have a categories. We have a categories subnav, so that's very simple to do. It's just a bunch of A tags. Then we have a little bio right here, straightforward. We have some social icons here. Now the search plugin, the search component, we are still working on it and it's coming very soon. We are in the middle of testing, so we're gonna skip this part right here. Now this is, if you can tell, it's just repeating data, the repeating things where you have a name of the blog post, a date, and a category, thumbnail, and then a button to read the post. So this is a collection list, and it seems that there's 12 of them, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put 12, and then we have our footer, and yeah, we can do this form right here. Yeah, we can do this. We can do some social sharing again, and then a copyright. Cool? Spencer says she works for ConvertKit. Thank you so much for letting me know. Yes, again, check it out, charlimarie.com. Okay, that's our visual breakdown. Oh, and let's go to the blog post real quick. All right, so this one is 2-column and very straightforward. This seems to be a rich text element, and then we can get some related posts, probably just a feed of the other posts that are in the same category. We're going to skip the comments part because that's an easy embed. You just embed code, and we have a separate blog post on how to embed discuss into your Webflow CMS. And then we have a footer. This could easily be a symbol. Okay, cool. So visual breakdown done. Let's go into it. Before I started the stream, a couple of shortcuts I did real quick just to show you. I've already added my swatches, so her purple color, the off black, and then a silver color. I already did that. I've also already uploaded her photo and her logo. All right. Now, let's go ahead and start building the layout of the blog. Let's see here. We're going to start off with the nav bar, then the logo, subnav, and this. And then before I get to this collection, that's when I'm going to show you how to import the CSV. Okay? And if you don't know what a CSV is, it's a comma separated value. It's kind of like a spreadsheet. Okay? All right, so here we go. Let's start off with our nav component. Actually, let me bring it up on my laptop right here. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. Let's bring in our nav bar, the nav bar right here. What I usually do, and I tell you guys that. Oh, Spencer with the fonts. Carla and PT Serif, both on Google Fonts. Oh, Spencer, you're awesome. Let's do that. Okay, we're going to do that first. So project settings, we're going to add our custom fonts. And this is how you do it, okay? So you go to your project settings, go to fonts right here. And I've already uploaded some Font Awesome web fonts because of the social icons, okay? And I'll show you how to do that as well. But for now, Google Fonts are, oh, Merriweather. I think Merriweather is already in there. Sans? Merriweather Sans? I'll just add it just in case. Let me just get a light and then a bold. And then also you're saying Carla. Okay, Carla right there. Let's get a bold and add font. Cool, cool. And that's it. I've added my Google fonts. I can go back to Designer and continue on with my process. All right, let's build. Let's build. All right, so this is a 960 width container right here. And I've shown you in past workshops that I don't like that thin width. So what I can do is make my own container. I'm going to go to the add panel and drag in a div block. And then I'm going to drag all the elements out of the container, but into that new div block I just put. All right. And now I can delete this. And now we have a more of a full width, but that's too wide. So let's call this container. And it's going to be a max width of 1200 and centered. Awesome. Now this part right here, this brand, we don't need it because she doesn't have her logo in the nav bar. All right. So I'm going to go here to the top right here where it says nav bar, and I'm going to override the default DDD color and just set it to her custom black color right there. All right. Let's go to this container right here. Actually, no, this nav menu. This nav menu doesn't need to be floating. Notice how it's automatically floating to the right because we've pre-styled everything for you. Let's remove that float. Okay, and let's go ahead and center everything too. Of course, you can't see anything because the text is black inside of the nav links. So I'm going to go to one of those nav links and I'm going to make it, oh wait, what's the default? I'm guess. So I can change the font style here, the font family here, or I can go to the body tag. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to body tag because I want everything to be this default font instead of having to set it for everything. So I'm guessing it's the Merriweather Sans. Or is it the K? What is it? Carla. I'm going to guess it's Carla. And yeah, so Carla normal. And now I can go back to my nav link. And let's go ahead and make it white. So I can type in white right here. Make it bold. Make it all caps. All right. And let's make it, that's too big. We'll go 16. 16 and 22. And now I can just go here to each nav link and give it that same class name. And there you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have, this one is blog, YouTube, store, work, newsletter, about, and contact. All right. And it seems like in her nav bar, it's all spaced out. It has all the same spacing. So let's see here. Can I use Flexbox to do this? Because if you notice, her nav bar goes all the way. It stretches, where mine is just centered like this. So let's try Flexbox and see what happens. Oh, okay. Let's see here. How about space between? Oh, they all work. Well, that was easy. Oh, but they're if you notice, oops, undo. If you notice, blog doesn't go all the way to the edge. So let's see here. If I expand, okay, and center that. There we go. So notice right here how it says it's centered, and it's pulling from the nav menu. The reason why it's not being centered is because this nav link is an anchor tag. Okay, it's an A tag, and usually A tags override any parent CSS. So you kind of have to force it. So I'm going to click center again, and that's why that worked. All right, and look at that. It looks better. Okay, here we go. Now for the states, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to go to hover. And the background, we're going to change it to purple. Okay? And yeah, I think that works. And I'm looking at her navbar, and it seems like it's thinner on the top and bottom, so it shouldn't be 20. It should be something like, let's see, nope, 10's too much. So we'll go 15. Awesome. And we got our navbar done. All right, let's move on to the logo area. So I'm just going to add a section right here, and let's make it simple. Let's call this a logo section. Add some padding on the top and bottom. I'm guessing like 55. I'm just eyeballing it. And I'm going to go to the assets and drag in the logo. And notice how it's not centered. Now there's two ways to center it. I can do it like this, but that doesn't really work. Oh, it does. Silly me. So you can do it that way, or because images are already inline. Let me delete this. I'll show you. Because images are already inline, I can go to that logo section and set that to center. So two ways. And here we go. So that part's done. That was fun. Now we're going to do another navbar. Now I wouldn't go and use the navbar component again, because if you go to mobile version, the mobile breakpoint, you're going to have two hamburger menus, and that's going to be confusing for the user experience. So I'm just going to add a section and a container. Oops, no, bad. I want my own container. Div block right there. So I have a section and a div block, and in this div block I'm going to call it container and pull in the same styles I used for the navbar. Okay, up to 1200 pixels and auto on both sides. And then, let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to give this a combo class of category nav, because it has a border at the top and bottom, these two guys right here. And how to do that is right. Let me just double check. Okay, cool. So yeah, right here where it's under border, I can set a style to the top, and it's that silver color. And also to the bottom, same thing. And so what I just did there is style is solid with a width of 1 pixel and the color. So now I have a top and bottom. And let's go ahead and add our links in there. So let's do a text link. So I'm going to click on that, and there we go. And we're going to call this category link. All right. And inline block. The reason why I want to do inline block is because I want to have some space around it. So there we go, like 15 or so, and centered. No underline, and this is bold and her custom black. All caps. I think the letter spacing right here probably go down by, yeah, 0 is good, but then again, that's default, right? Okay, leave it as is. All right, cool. Now there's like 5 of them. Actually, since these are category links, we need to make a collection for the categories, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you right now how to do a nav for your dynamic categories. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go to the CMS, create a collection, and let's do this. We're going to call it categories. We don't need an icon for this. We don't need a color for this. I don't think we need a description either. So let's just leave it as name. Yeah, that's fine. So it's a category, and that's the slug. That's the collection name. Awesome. Create collection, and she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's add 5 of them. So design, style, music, travel, and life. All right. So we've just made our database, aka collections, and let's go ahead and drag that collection in with the collection list. And I'm going to connect to the categories, and let's leave them full width because I want to do Flexbox with this. Okay, so I'm going to drag in the category link into one of the collection items. There we go. And now it's repeating because we have 5 text links. Okay. And now right here in the settings, I'm going to make this go to a collection page, which is like the blog post page, just the single page for that category. And I want to get the text from categories and pull from the name field. And there we go. And actually, let's sort this by, let's go to the category right here, collection item. And I want to sort it by when I created it. So created on oldest to newest. There we go. That's the correct order that I want. Now let's go ahead and set a flexbox to this. So this collection list right here, I'm going to set it to flex, give it a class name of flex, flex that, and this right here, I'm supposed to have some flex child properties. Oh, am I supposed to? Huh? I set it to flex. Oh, this guy right here. Collection item. And flex child. There we go. And expand. And let's center those. There we go. Awesome. Nope. Look at that. This part right here, the link isn't the full width, so I want to make it full width. Let's make it display block so it goes full width. Boom. Done. And also it has a hover and it becomes purple. So right here on the hover state, you choose purple. And there we go. It's can't really tell, but it is purple. Sweet. All right. So we just made that database or collection, and now we're moving on. Let's go ahead and put the next section, and inside of there another container. Actually, this section right here, let's what did I call this? Logo section. Let's just call this section. Rename that class because I want to copy that 55 on the top and bottom for the padding. So I'm just going to use the same styles. There we go. Okay, now we have a 2-column thing. Now again, you can use these columns right here, but that's the old way. But I like to use Flexbox because it's the new hotness. All right. So let's go ahead and do the Flexbox stuff. I'm going to drag in a div block again, and this one is going to be my container. And let's, okay, what do I want to do? I want to make a 2-column thing. So let's go ahead and drag in another div block inside of there. And I'm going to give this a class of flex. So that way I already have Flexbox enabled. And then I'm going to drag in a div block. And so that's my first column right there. And I'm going to say, let's see here. What can I call this? Third row or something? About row? Because this is the part I'm doing right here. It's like, I'll just say flex column 1. Drop it like it's flex. Drop it like it's flex. Okay. And I'm going to expand that. And I'm going to put in another div block. Oops, I don't want to put it inside of there. Where are you? Right there. Now I have 2 columns. So this one is flex column 2. This is going to expand, but I want the grow. Actually, this one right here should grow. Yeah, it should be that big versus that one. Yes, 3 times as big as this one. Cool. All right. Moving on. We got our spacing. Okay, now we have another. Now we have another 2-column. So let's go ahead and flex all the way down. So I'm putting another flex box inside of that flex column. We can call it flex. And let's go ahead and put. Let's put in our photo. Okay. And then next to the photo, let's put in a. What do we want to do? A div. Okay, let's put in a div block. And there we go. And in that div block, let's put in our paragraph. Okay. And let's go ahead and copy this. Paste. And also after that paragraph, let's go ahead and put a text link. And this one is more about me. Cool. Let's, it's okay. You just keep going. All right. That's that. All right. So this image right here, I'm going to call it photo, and the width shouldn't be that big. It should be, let me click on this little guy right here. So if I click on this little cog, it gives me the size of the photo, and it's 300 by 300. So what if we do a width of 300? Oh, okay, so it's, oh, no, we're skewing it. That's okay. What I can do is go to the parent. So this bottom nav bar right here tells me my, shows me where I'm at. So we have this flex, and we're gonna say line top because I want everything to go to the top so it doesn't stretch. Because this one right here, this will stretch all the heights to be equal, but I don't want that. All right, and go back to the photo. Let's go ahead and fix that. It's probably like 150. 140. Get some space off to the side. All right, and we'll call this about text for this second column, and everything should be aligned left. And it seems like a serif font, so I'm guessing that's the Merriweather. Oh, I don't need the sans. There we go. There we go. And it seems bold, so let's go ahead and make it bold. Oof. Maybe it's supposed to be medium? I don't have medium. Interesting. Alright, we'll leave it as is. And I think the max width of this should be like, because it breaks that concert-goer. So let's keep going down. Right there. And the more about me, this link right here, we're going to call it inline link. And it needs to be no underline, purple, and bold. Cool. Yeah? Alright, this column right here. Moving on. Now I've preloaded, before the stream, I've preloaded the Font Awesome font. Font Awesome font. So the Font Awesome font you can download for free. It comes with all these icons that you can use on your website or your web app. Okay? And you can easily copy and paste it into Webflow after you've uploaded it. And you can change the color of it, skew it, use it however you want. Okay. So let's go ahead and start adding those icons. Let's put a div block, and we're going to call this social row. Alright. And yeah, let's leave it like that for now. Let's go ahead and start putting our links in. We're going to put a text link, and it goes nowhere. So this first one right here is YouTube. So what I can do is go to Font Awesome, do a Control F or Command F, and search for YouTube, and I get the icon. So I can copy it right here, go back to Webflow, double click and paste it. Now it looks like a broken character. See how it's it's just a box with underline? It's because Carla, this font, doesn't have a YouTube icon, but the Font Awesome font does. So how to do that is I'm going to give it a class name of link, or a class name of icon, and change it to Font Awesome, and look at that, it's YouTube. And so now I can do whatever I want with it. No underline, make it black, and let's make it bigger. So it's like I'm working with a font, which I am. There we go. And let's make it display block and add some padding around it. There we go. Center it just in case. Cool. Now she has 5 icons, so let's copy paste it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. All right, and now I can just double click and change them. So go back to Font Awesome, look for Twitter, Twitter bird, double click, paste, we got Twitter. Go back, Instagram, right there, copy, paste. What's next? Facebook. And then a plus sign. So let's go find plus. Not Google Plus. Circle. There we go. Does anyone use Google Plus? Anyone? All right, cool. So we did that. And let me see here. Let's just double check on hers. Okay, yeah, so it does change to the color purple. So what I can do is on the hover state, I can change it to purple. And there we go. Awesome. Cool. So we did the first 4 rows. Really easy. All right, now for the part that you've been waiting for. Bringing in some data. All right, so let me do this real quick. All right, so when you're exporting out of Webflow, and we have some information about that if you search university.webflow.com and go to migrate CSV, right there, migrating. There's simple instructions on how to export your WordPress content as a CSV. Okay, I'll drop this in the YouTube chat, but also I'll link it in the description later on and the workshop webpage. All right, so after you've exported it, you're gonna get a lot of data. Okay, just make sure you only pull out your posts. Okay, not your pages. Okay, and so it'll look something like this. Okay, yeah, so it'll look something like this. Okay, you would have let me back up real quick. So it'll look like this, where it's just a bunch of data. Okay, so what you're gonna need to do is trim it down to something like, I don't know, 40 posts or something like that. So let's go and delete these real quick. And the reason why is because you want to test it out first before you pull in every single thing. Okay, you don't want to pull all your data and next thing you know, something doesn't work. So always test before going the whole way. So I'm just gonna pull in, let's say, I'm gonna put it down to 30. So 31, delete rows. Okay, cool. So how you can tell it's a post is right here. W post type, you would see post. Okay, there would be other things like page, and some other things if you have anything custom that a plugin is doing. So after you've exported it, I would suggest going into, I don't know, Apple Numbers or Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, and then just cleaning it up a bit. Okay, and when I mean cleaning it up, I mean just look for the posts and delete anything else, and delete as many posts as possible, something like keeping 30 posts to test with. Okay, and now I'm going to drag in this line right here, so that way I'm telling this spreadsheet, hey, this is the header. Okay, so hold on real quick. All right, so this is the header, and now I can do a file download as in a CSV, comma separated values. So I've downloaded it. Let me check. Okay, yep, it's on my computer. And now I can go back to Webflow. Well, let me close that. All right, let me close that. Okay, so now I can go back to Webflow and go to CMS collections and then create new collection. And this one we're just going to call it blog posts. Okay? And it already has some preset stuff, but I don't think I'll need a featured, so I'm just going to delete that. You can add these back in if you want later on. It's up to you. I do need a thumbnail image. I don't think I need a main image. Well, let me just check. So this is the thumbnail. If I click on it, what happens? It's still in there. I don't know if this is part of it. All right, let's leave main image in there for now. And I don't need a color, so let's delete that. And we have a post body, post summary. Let me just double check for post summary. Yeah, no post summary, which is usually like 1 to 2 sentences explaining what the post is going to be about, but we don't need that. So delete that. All right, so we've set up. Oops, let me go back. So we've set up our database or collection, and so we can click create collection. And now this button right here, if you haven't seen it yet, well, hopefully you have now. Click on import and drag in that CSV, and notice how it says 4 megabyte max. Okay, so just be aware of that. Drag that in, and now our step-by-step wizard is going to ask you a couple of questions. Okay, and this one's asking, is this your header row? Yes, it is. Continue, and there we go. Now it's pulled in the data And now, let's see here. Let's go to imported item 1. Import, we don't want that. No, that doesn't look real. Okay, my bad. It's just showing that. It's just showing this because it doesn't know what the name is yet. All right, so let's go through each of our columns, okay, in our spreadsheet. So the first column is WP ID. Well, we don't need that, okay. A post date, I think we need that. It's when did we publish it? And I don't have a date field, but you know what? I can go here and create new field. What kind of field is it? It's a date and time. And I'm going to call this publish date. All right. And there we go. See how it pulled in August 3rd, 2017? That's right there. And when was it modified? Nah, we don't really need that. Is it a draft? No, we don't need that. Post title. Yeah, we do need the post title because that's the actual name. So I'm going to map to existing field, and this one is going to be the name. And so I set the name, and see how it says auto draft here and it goes here, and we also automatically create the slug for you. So if I click next, watch. There you go. Being conscious of what you consume. Being conscious of what you consume. We remove the spaces and replace it with dashes. All right. So WP post content. This is where the post body is. It's a rich text. So I can map to existing field. Which field? The post body. Boom. Look at that. Even put in the links and images. If I go to the next one just to see what it looks like. There we go. Yeah. There we go. All right, moving on. No excerpt, post parent, no post name. Think bigger. Okay, so post name I'm thinking because it has a dash. Let me go to the next one. Yeah, because it has a dash, it goes to the slug. We've already made the slug, so I don't think we have to. But if you want, you can just go ahead and map to slug. If you want, it's up to you. If you have like a custom slug, then that's up to you. Okay. Now let's see here. Real quick. Okay, cool. Post type. Nope, we don't need that. We know all of them are. Don't need that. Don't need that. Comment. Don't need that. So yeah. Oh, category. So we can't at this moment. You can't map to a. You can't map to a single reference. So this category, you're going to have to go to each one and go to the categories and set that up yourself. And I'll show you how. But let's keep moving on. So this thumbnail right here, map to existing field, and it is the thumb. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is the part where I'm going to be real with you guys. Okay. This CSV import is a first step to something bigger, okay? Now, if you notice this right here, this FL_thumbnail, and it has a URL, the CSV importer does not import images into the Assets Manager or to this Webflow CMS, okay? And that is something we are working towards in the future for phase 2 of this importer. Okay, but for now, what you can do is do dynamic embeds to pull this URL in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new field, and I'm going to call it plain text, and I'm going to call it, let's see, not thumbnail image. I'll call it post thumbnail because I'm going to delete this one. Okay. So that's there. All right. Do I need anything else? Looks like I don't need a main image either. Thumbnail ID, post query. Yeah. So all this other stuff is just made by, looks like CF means custom field. Yeah. So we've just cleaned up a lot. So I'm going to click on import 31 blog posts. Wait for that to happen. So yeah, this CSV importer doesn't pull all the images into Webflow. but it links, it takes the code within each of the blog posts and links over to it, okay? And I'll show you in the code. Okay, so we're done with that. There we go. Created by, you know what? I don't want to sort it by created. Let's go to publish date right here. And I'm going to sort it by that. We're newest first. This auto draft, don't need that. Let's delete that. Cool. So there we go. That's the first one. That's the one that should be first. All right. Now let's see what it pulled in. Nice. Nice. And we don't need those. So let's go ahead and delete that. Let's clean up our database a bit. Delete that. So I'm at the settings and I click on this and delete that. And there we go. Save collection. All right. Moving on. Where are we? Let's go back to our page real quick. All right. Let's start putting in our dynamic data. I'm going to put in another section. There we go. And I'm going to give it a class of section. Up. Down. Let's delete that one I just made. Delete. There we go. Keep it clean. Let's go ahead and put a div block, and this one's going to be container. Is that inside? Yes, it is. All right. So after I'm done doing this part and before we go to the footer, I'm going to go ahead and take your questions and then look at some of the sites you guys are building on Webflow. Okay? So let's keep going. Drag in a collection list, and this one's going to be pulling from, hey, I said double click. There you are. Pulling from blog posts. Okay? And again, I'm going to leave them as full width because I don't like using the layout because I like using flex. Okay? So in each blog post, we have, this is the real site. So in each blog post, we have the name, a date, and a category. And I didn't link the category, so let's just put the date for now. And then I'm going to show you dynamic embed on how to pull the image. And yeah, read post. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. So the first one is, let's see here, the first thing. Yeah, let's do that. The first thing I'm going to do is bring in a link. Is it the whole thing? No. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is let's go and put a div block. And this div block is going to be, let's see here. The div block is going to be, we're going to call it post card. It's going to have some space at the top and bottom and on the sides. We're going to say 20. And it's going to have a border at the top that's gray. Okay. Right. And now we're going to have to put a text link. And this text link right here, we're going to go to the collection page, pull from the name, and there we go. No underline, but it's actually black. There you go. It's kind of like 22 and 28. And oops, post, oops, I want to rename that. Double click, post title, and the hover state is going to be purple. There we go. Can't really tell. Such a subtle color. And then see, put some display inline block because I want some space under it. We'll say 20. 20 seems to be the number all around. Let's go ahead and, okay, let's put in another text link, and it's going to the same place. Why are you flexing right now? I didn't set flex. Oh, because it should be I don't want it right next to each other. I guess I have to do display block. Okay. So this text right here is going to, again, that same blog post page, and it's pulling from the published date. And I can format this however I want. I don't want it to show the month. I want it to show right here. Here we go. And I think our sort order is incorrect. So let me go fix that. So on the collection item, I can see sort order where the published date is newest to oldest. There we go. That's what I want to see. All right, back on this link. So I'm going to say date link, no underline, it's gray, and it's Merriweather. And I think, yeah, it's italicized. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Like that. Nice. And then push it down a bit. Say 40. All right. So after that, okay, now I'm gonna pull in the I'm pulling the thumbnail. So I'm gonna drag in the embed. And again, the image field is just a URL. It's a plain text. So because it's a plain text, I can add code to it. So let's see here. Here is, let's go to Charli. I'm going to link it to Webflow. Charli Marie demo.webflow.io/post add field. It's the slug. There we go. So that's dynamic right there. And let's see here. What else? Image source. And this is pulling from her current server. So it's charliemarie.com/wp-content/upload/post thumbnail. Let's see if that works. Okay. So these purple values are being pulled from our CMS collection. So save and close. If it didn't work, it won't show. It didn't work. Charli, let's see here. Let me right click, and where's it pulling from? Did I get the URL right? And what do I have in the... Oh, I need another slash. Okay. There's a slash in front of the 2017, so I'm going to delete. Okay. charliemarie.com. Oh, it's HTTPS. charliemarie.com, WP content, upload / show me. Huh. I'm gonna have to find out why it's not showing up. Let's see here. Huh. Let's get back to that one. Huh. That's interesting. Because if I do a copy image address, paste. So if I get all of this, that's exactly what I typed in. I probably messed up. Oh, there's no E in Charli. There we go. Huh, got it. Okay. So, yeah. When it comes to embeds, if there's like a JavaScript or something like that, you do have to publish before you actually see it happen on your designer tool. But if it's just basic CSS or HTML, you'll see it right away. Okay, so there we go. Pull that in. Her name Sorry, Charlie. I have an E right here. Now I'm just seeing my mistakes. Super sorry, Charlie. All right. Let's get back into it. So we have that, and now after this, we need a button. So let's pull in a button. This one is going to the same place. And we're not going to get text from blog posts because all of them say the same thing, which is read post. And we're going to call this, well, we'll let Webflow name it. So we're going to full display block. I'm going to move this away from that. And this should be purple. Any hover? Oh, it goes to a darker purple. So the hovers on the regular state, the background is purple. And then on the hover state, it's a darker purple. Okay. Yeah. Cool. We did that. And now let's go ahead and flex it so we can make our own 2 columns for these guys. Yeah. Collection list. We're going to go to flex. There we go. And now we want to wrap. This one we're going to call it wrap because I want to wrap the children. And then go back here to collection item and do a flex child. And we're going to call this 50 because it's 50%. It's so that the basis is going to be 50, and there we go. And nope. Back up. Okay. Delete that, delete that. Say 45. What are we doing? 45%. And we're gonna push this away from each other a bit. And there we go. There we go. So now we have our own 2 columns. And the wrapping is, like, once it goes over 100%, it wraps over to the next line. And goes 100% and wraps over to the next line. So that's what flex wrap means. Okay? And so we don't want to show all of them, only the first 12. So let's go back to the settings. And the limit items, we're going to start at 1, but limit it to the first 12. So start at the first record and go all the way to the 12th. And there we go. All right. So that's a little bit about pulling in a CSV. We're going to continue after the Q&A section of our stream. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Sandre says do a 2.5 margin. Okay. I like that. I like that idea. Let me fix that real quick. 2.5%. 2.5%. All right, cool. Let me publish this real quick. And there we go. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, so this is the Q&A portion of the stream. I let you guys ask any questions you want about Webflow, about what we're doing right now, about web design, or if you have any Webflow.io links that you want to show off to the community and get a look over by me, yeah, just show it off in the live chat right now. And I saw a lot of questions already being asked. Let's see here. Yeah, so the Font Awesome, you can upload that. So you would download it off of Font Awesome's website and then upload the font files, like the EOT, WOFF, WOFF2. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Dual says, would be way easier to edit embed code if the code editor window would be either resizable or if it can do line breaks. Dual, I agree. I agree. I was just thinking that as I was doing some stuff before the stream of kind of wrapping the code would be nice. But yeah. So Spencer, I'll look at your link soon. And again, I want to be very honest about the CSV importing, okay? It doesn't pull in images. Let me go back to my screen real quick. If you look at this, actually, I have to show you the blog post. So this right here, copy image address. Let's see. So notice, if you look right here, the URL, it's still pulling from her current server. So even in the rich text editor, the post body right here, these aren't uploaded into Webflow. These are still referencing to the older server. So if you are committing to migrating in this first phase, you're going to have to upload each image on your own. Okay? So I'm being completely honest with you. And second phase is something that we want, obviously, is to pull in every image into Webflow so that this migration process could be easier. Okay? Let's go back to questions. What do we got? Has anyone ever told you that your voice is really annoying, but you're also really cool? Yes. I go through that sometimes. When I watch my videos, when I first started streaming, and this was before I was employed at Webflow, I actually had my own YouTube channel because I wanted to share stuff about Webflow and share stuff that was going through my mind. Kind of like what Charli Marie does in her own vlogs and YouTube videos. And I have a lisp. I know. And it's one of those things that you just got to get over. And what I kept telling myself is just do it. Just continue to record. Get over yourself. It's not about you. It's about the knowledge that you're giving out. And if you're doing it through the love of your heart and the love of knowledge to help other people, then who cares what your voice sounds like as long as you're showing your passion for the tool. And that's what I'm doing. So if it sounds annoying, I'm very sorry. You can go to university.webflow.com, and our boy McGuire, who recorded those new university videos, has a better voice than me, and he's much more funnier. So go check that out and you'll learn a ton without this annoying voice. Okay? So go at it. Let's see here. Also, no wonder no one's watching. It's 11 in the morning. Hey, some people like to watch it as a recording sometime else or right now. But thank you for joining me. Comment. Spencer, I know you already saw this. Okay. Amazing t-shirt, Nelson. Yeah. Want one? Send me a tweet. Oh my god, he didn't just plug Webflow University. Yeah, I did. Nelson, I know that the nav bar is 960 fixed width, but I was able to enter a max width of 1200, which is exactly what you did with the custom, even though it doesn't let you enter a fixed width. Yeah, so max width is just how far it can go, but our pre-styled containers already have a width of 960 and also 720, I think, when you go down to a lower breakpoint, and so on and so on. What I like to do is use a basic div block because I have more control because it's not pre-styled with any CSS. Okay. When will search bar update be released? Soon. Again, software development is tough, and we don't really like giving dates because if we miss it, then we look bad and then we disappoint the community. But we like to give vague dates, kind of like the Interactions 2.0. It's coming sometime in the summer. It's still summer, so it's coming. All right, let's look at some stuff that you guys are doing. Spencer, you're first. What are you doing? Let's go to my screen. Oh yeah, you did Slack. So, real quick. The reason why we do these workshops is because we want to excite you guys to create stuff for fun. You know, if you see a website that seems challenging, put yourself out there. try to recreate it in Webflow and see how far you can get. Or build upon what you see and just go crazy. Add interactions, add motion to it, and see where your mind can go. Because all these skills that you're just learning on your own would help with any projects you have down the line, because you're continually learning. So what Spencer did was take the Slack official Slack website where they redesigned it and rebuilt it in Webflow. And I gotta say, when I first saw this, I was like, wait a minute, did Slack rebuild their homepage in Webflow? No, Spencer rebuilt it for fun. So this site isn't affiliated with Slack in any way. I just love Slack and Webflow. So check out his stuff. And when you experiment and you add it to your portfolio, it just shows future employers down the line that, hey, I like to do stuff because I'm passionate about design, and I'm not going to stop. If I don't have a job, I'm not going to stop learning, and it just shows that want that you're really in this industry for the love of it. All right. So great job, Spencer. This is really, really good. Again, I got confused when you first showed me this because I was like, wait, this is Slack's real site, right? But it's not. Great job. All right. Moving on. Frank, no. Great job, Nelson. Always amazed. Thank you so much, Duel. Plus 10 for Nelson. For what? 10 points for what? Could you show how to create a quick pop-up window from a click of a button? Yes, I will. Let me just look at some other links real quick, and then we'll do that before we get back into Charlie's website. Yes, search. Very nice message from the By the way, breakpoints in the designer, maybe 1024. Yeah, we are working on more breakpoints, like a larger breakpoint than what we have right now. Will Webflow University ever expand beyond the CMS, such as educating about JavaScript? That's a great question. When it comes to JavaScript and stuff like that, there's better resources out there, I think, that tackles that better than what we can do. But what we're doing at Webflow is trying to get people to do things more visually than doing code. And the reason why we released Webflow University is because we want to help you guys get the fundamentals down before getting to Webflow. Because Webflow is a very professional tool. It's kind of like going into something like Photoshop and not knowing anything about graphic design or like layout, photography, lighting, color theory, typography. You don't know those basics, but you go into Photoshop and then you expect to learn stuff. The learning curve is going to be really high. But if you learn all those basics beforehand and then get into the program, the learning curve is going to be really low. So when it comes to learning JavaScript and stuff, that's why we're doing the interactions and Interactions 2.0. Okay? All right, Duel. Daily minimal. What do you got? A 404 error. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Fix background. I like it. Fix navbar. I like it. Wait a minute. Is this e-commerce site? Can I buy something? Hold on. Wait, no. That one's a blog. That one you can buy. I'll buy a clock. Okay. Can I buy it? Oh, this goes to Amazon. Okay. So it's kind of like an e-commerce. Very nice. It's very clean. Is this based off of a template on Webflow, or did you create it from scratch? It's an affiliate site I did as a side hustle beside my 8-to-5 job. Affiliate marketing. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, great job. It's very clean. Nice. Nice. Congrats on the side hustle. All right, I think, is there any more questions? Okay, Real quick, we're gonna do a custom pop-up window. Really quick. From scratch. Nice! This site created from scratch. Has a blog too. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Very clean. Alright. Oh, Francisco has one. His portfolio. Or a template I'm working on. So it's not portfolio. It's just a template you're going to give away or sell or... Oh, you use the same image. Nice. Okay, yeah, this is probably a template you're going to sell or something. This is nice. Nice interactions with the hover. Cool, a Twitter feed. Good job. Very clean. I like this, guys. I like this. I plan to add cool animations later. Yeah. Or you can wait for Interactions 2.0. Alright. Let's move on. Lightbox. Custom lightbox. Let's go to it. Alright. Let's just use this. Let's just use this. Let's go. Lightbox. Alright. So let's make a custom lightbox really quick. Nelson skipped my question. I'll hit him up on Twitter later. Okay. Tell me your question while I'm doing this, and then I'll answer it after the lightbox. Cool? Cool. Alright. Let's just use our container real quick. Just a basic container, that Webflow pre-styled, and put a button. So this is the button that's going to activate lightbox. Alright, so we have the thing that when we click the thing, it'll open up the modal thing, right? Yeah. Now we have to custom make our modal. How we do that is let's put in a div block anywhere on the page. I like to put it at the very top. And we're going to call this modal wrapper. And this one is going to be fixed, position fixed. And the width and height, we're going to say 100%, and the height is 100%, so it's the full screen. Set it to full. Z-index, make it some crazy number like 99999. And let's give it a color black with opacity of like 85. Okay? Alright. Now, for the thing that's inside this modal wrapper, let's center it vertically and horizontally. How to do that is set the flex, horizontal, vertical, cool. Now we're going to put another div block inside right here, and this one's going to be called modal. And this one, let's give it a width of like 50% and a height, let's give it a min height of 500 pixels. I don't like that. I like to be responsive, so let's go 50 VH for viewport height. Okay, let's style it a bit, make it white. Oh, we need some padding in the center, so something like, I don't know, 27. Round that out with 5, and so now it's starting to look like a modal. Okay, let's put some stuff in here like a H1 and be like, who asked this question? Who asked this question? I think it's redefined. Alright, whoever asked the question, let's hi there. And put a paragraph. I'm a modal. And then we're going to put a text link. Close me. Simple? Cool. Alright, now we work backwards, okay? So this is going to close the modal wrapper. So I'm going to go here to close me, and this is where interactions come in. I'm going to go to interactions right here, add something, and we're going to call it close modal. And the trigger is when I click on this, I'm going to affect a different element, and I'm going to look for the modal wrapper. And on the first click of this close me button, I'm going to set this to display none. Okay, and done, and done. And now for this, I'm going to go back to modal wrapper, and I'm going to set this to display none right now. So now it's gone. I can't click on it unless I go to here. Okay, but this button right here, now we want to open our modal. So I can do that by going to interactions, click the new interaction, call this open modal. For the trigger, I'm going to click, and I'm going to affect, again, modal wrapper. And on the first click, I'm going to set to flex. Done and done. And let's see it happen. Of course it doesn't work. Oh, man. Sometimes I get, like, really confident. Why don't you do the things? It's supposed to do that. It sets the modal wrapper to flex. Did I set the right one? Yeah, click modal wrapper. Oh, so it works on that. Maybe it's because of the code that we're working with. It's the IX2 interactions 2. Let's see if it works on the published version. So this one's called Lightbox. So Lightbox. So that works. Sorry it doesn't work in the designer preview mode. I'll look into that for you. But there we go. Cool. Hopefully you learned something. You can always replay this later as in the workshop archives. All right. But let's back up to one last question. Zach, will there be a Webflow University course for Interactions 2.0 after its release? Of course. We don't want to leave you guys hanging. We're already working on recording those videos to make sure that we want to make sure you guys are set up for success. Okay, when we release the interactions, we're not going to just be like, good luck, here you go. We're going to hold your hand and say, here is these new features, and we want to show you how to build the basics of whatever you want to build, like parallax scrolling or mouse movement or event timelines, stuff like that. We will give you the tools. We will give you the videos. It'll be on university.webflow.com. So yes. Okay, let's get back into Charli's site. So we've done this. Let's go ahead and finish it up with, where is it? Okay, this footer right here. All right, really easy. So let's go back. Quick. All right, let's put in another section. And in there, okay, this section right here, we're gonna call it footer. Actually, we're gonna call it section first, and then add a combo class of footer. And go here. Oh, I don't want full black. She has her own custom black right there. There we go. And inside there, we're gonna put in a div block, and we're gonna give this a class of container. And we're gonna have a 2-column. So how do we do 2-column? Flex it. So this one is flex. Put a div block right here. And call it flex child. Copy paste. There we go. And this one has a text block, and it says monthly newsletter. Alright, but everything in here, let's go and fix this. Everything in here, this flex child, footer call 1 is lined up to the left, and it's gray. Wait, actually, all the text here is gray, so I don't need to set it there. I can just go to my footer and set it to gray right here. Awesome. But this text block right here, newsletter title, I want that bigger. And let's see here, all caps. And under that is a piece of paragraph. And this one says all this good stuff of what the monthly newsletter has. Let's go ahead and set this paragraph to Merriweather. Leave it at 14, but this newsletter title needs to have some space. Say 10. All right, now on this side, we have a form block. Very simple. Her form doesn't have any labels. And this one just says first name, so we can name this first name, and this one is email address. There we go. And this one says subscribe. Cool beans. All right. So this form right here, this form block, actually no, the form, actual form. This one, we need to flex it. So let's go ahead and set a flex because I want all of them to be in one row. And I want to make sure that all of them are vertically aligned centered. Oh, okay. Actually, make them top. All right, cool. All right. Seems good. But this form right here needs to be pushed down a bit. Right there. And away. Cool. And then right here, this text field, push it away by like 10. I'll say 5. Okay, 6. And I want that same thing. What is it? Text field. Text field. Nice. And this subscribe button should be purple. Not the Webflow blue. Alright. Cool. That was easy. Moving on. Let's go ahead and put another div block. Let's put another container. Or do I have to? Let's see here. We have this flex. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just put another container. Copy, paste. There we go. Make it easy for us. And this is what I'm doing right here. I'm going to be doing the bottom bar, the bottom links. And I don't need this form right here, so let's go ahead and delete that. Form block, delete. So it's 2 columns. This one, we don't need a paragraph. There we go. Now we're working. Let's put in a text link. And this one is home. And let's call this footer link. Footer link, display inline, put some padding. It should be silver. So when it comes to anchor tags, notice how it overwrites it with its default blue. To override that, you have to like drag this around and then go back to your selected color, and that way it'll work. All caps, all good. I think that's good. Copy paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Blog, YouTube, store, work, podcast, newsletter, about, contact. All right. So this flex child right here, footer column 1. Yeah, I don't want that footer column 1. Let's remove that. And let's give it a, I want 50. Should be flex column 1. There we go. Because I want that bigger than the other side. Okay. And then let's align this to the left. So I'll just call this left and push it to the left. Looking good. Actually, these footer links, they don't need a padding on the left. So let's delete that. Remove this style. Alright. Let's see here. Push this away. There we go. Something like that. Alright, cool. Next, we can get our social. We can get our social row right here. Copy it, and we're going to paste it down here. But of course, we can't see it. So for this icon, we're going to call it silver. Give it a combo class of silver because we don't want it to be black. We want it to be silver, but it still turns purple on hover. I said it's turned silver on hover. I mean, purple on hover. Okay, cool. Silver, 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 silver. Cool. Nice. All right, last one. Just a piece of text at the bottom. Let's go ahead and drag that in. Same container after the flex. Let's just put a text block. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down. All right. Footer text. Push that to the left. And push it away. Make sure that it's italicized in the Merriweather. A little bit smaller, probably like 13, 12. And we get the copy paste. Boom! We got the desktop version working. Publish. All right. Moving on to making this responsive because we can't leave it alone just like this. All right. So the first breakpoint done. Tablet. So our nav bar is here, but the menu button is very, very hard to see. So let's go ahead and change that to the silver color. There we go. And what happens when it opens? So we can go to the settings and click on open menu. And this is what it looks like when it's open. But I don't like that background color. So let's change this to, transparent. Wait, nope, I think I did it wrong. Menu button, icon. On open, I want transparent. There we go. And this becomes white when it's open. Okay. Is that silver or white? Can't tell. Okay, I'll just set it anyways. And now I'm going to go to my nav menu, and this has already a preset background of C8, C8, C8. I'm going to override that, and we're going to do, let's do black. It looks better like this. Black, but something like that. Okay, and I don't want everything to be on the center, so let's make it left. Oh, can't. I need to set it right here in the nav menu. Nav menu. So each nav link is going to be left, and there we go. Cool. Or we can even make it open, not a drop down, but over to the from the right, like that, or to the left, whatever you prefer. Okay. Let's go ahead and close that up. Nav menu done. This is okay, but you know what? Just to make sure, I want to set the max width. I want things to be more fluid. So the max width actually is 100%. I want it to squish down. So if I go like this, actually it's fine here. Yeah, it's fine here. So leave it like this. This one we're fine. If you see, it's fluid right now, thanks to Flexbox. This one is doing well. Actually, no, it's not. Look at that. all of the section, actually all the containers go all the way to the edge. We don't want that. So let's go ahead and add a 20 on each side for all the containers. Cool. Alright, so this one's still working well. Okay, yeah, this one's still working well, but you know what? Let's make the flex child smaller on the width. There we go, 0.5. There we go. That's working, that's working. Alright. Alright, this one looks like a jumbled mess. Let's see if we can fix this. Let's see here. Flex child, footer column 2. Actually, I'm going to go back to the flex. I'm going to call it footer flex. Just make sure I'm not messing up with any other of the other flex boxes. Let's set it to vertical. Right. And this flex child right here. Oh, okay, right here. It has a 40. So I'm going to zero that out. Awesome. Make that smaller a bit. Cool. I think this one, I think it's okay, but I don't like how it breaks on this one. So what if we did this one, call this footer flex as well, so it can be centered. Ooh, okay, that work. Well, let's center this one too then. Yay! Ooh, actually this doesn't look centered anymore. So let's fix that. Zero that out. Actually, no, we should put it on both sides. Something like that. Can I center it? No, I cannot. 10. Okay, that's not working. Flex call 1. Oh, because it's left right here. So I center it. Cool. Right. Doing good. All right. 2 down, 2 to go. Moving on. This still works. Okay, so this is squishing down. Okay, so I'm fine with it. It's squishing down the logo. This is okay. This is not okay. Let's go ahead and fix that. So we have this flex, and we're going to call this about flex. So I'm not messing up with anything else. Make it vertical. And this one right here, social row. Actually, no, this one right here. There's only one on this page, so I can mess around with it. Push that away. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, moving on. Now these are getting really thin, and so you know what? Let's just make it 100%. And so I can go to this flex child right here, and I have it as 50. But you know what? I mean, the basis is at 45, but you know what? Let's just set it to 100. So that way it's 100% width. And yeah, that was easy. This one, oh, nice. Moving on to the last one. Oh, this one's broken. Look at that. See the word life right here? That's broken. What do we do, guys? What do we do? Guys and gals, what do we do? We figure it out. Let's see here, max and down. Let's see. Oh, it's because we're flex. Flex child is expanding, but this doesn't have a wrap. So what if we add wrap? Oh, there it goes. Oh, nice. Let's double check on all breakpoints. That one's okay. If I go like this, that one's okay. If I go like this, and then go like this. Oh yeah. And you know what? For these, the category links, let's go ahead and reduce the padding in between. So it's not, it is kind of bad. Let's fix that. Say 10. There we go. Nice. Okay. Let's reset back to this. Nice. 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 999. You know what? Actually, there's too much room on the sides right here. Oh, yeah. Let's remove that. So I'm back on this one. And, what is it? The flex child right here has a 0.5. So I'm going to zero that out. Zero it. And also the postcard right here. 0 on the sides. And so when I go here, it doesn't seem that bad. Yay. Yay. Cool. We're done. No, I'm not. No, I'm not done. That form needs to be, let's fix it. Form block. Nope. The form. Vertical. Ah, yes. Submit button needs to be with 100%. Nice. Okay, now I'm happy. No, I'm not. Always find one little thing. Let's push that away a bit. What does it seem like here? Okay, that one's fine because you can... there. There. Okay, yes. Okay, that was fun. Alright, 11:32. Okay, do I have time to actually do the blog post page? I'm going to see if I can do the blog post page really fast, okay? So, actually, this is the first time doing 2 pages in one workshop. So, let's go for it. Why not? Okay, so, categories... Oh, let me set my symbols. So, what symbols are is if you're going to reuse the same thing over and over, but if you want to edit one, you want that edit to push down to other pages that same symbol is on, this is what you would use. So I have this nav bar. I'm going to right click it, create symbol. This one's going to be called nav bar. Actually, all 3 rows, I can make one symbol because it's all the same. So let's fix that. So I press undo, Control Z, and all 3 of these sections, I'm going to put them in one div. I'm going to wrap them all with one div. I'm not going to name the div block, and I'm going to drag them in there. All right. So that first 4. Section. Okay, cool. And then okay, so that first div block, I'm going to right click, create symbol, and header content. Awesome. So all of this, it has like a green shade. It's telling me I have to double click in order to edit anything. Okay, so if I double click, then I see everything. If I press the X right here, it's shaded in green. Okay, that means I can copy and paste this whole thing over to other pages. Let's do the same thing with the footer. So right here, this section, I'm gonna right click, create symbol called footer. Awesome. And now if I go to my categories template, there's nothing on this page except for the body tag. I can go to my add panel, click symbols, header content, boom. Add panel, symbols, footer content, boom, done. Now let's go ahead and add a section underneath, and then in that section, we'll put in another div block. Come on, don't be shy. There we go. And this one is going to be container. And let's see what it looks like real quick. Let's go to that first one. And so we have that same stuff, but now it's a 2-column, and we have that share bar again, and then the actual blog post. So let's go ahead and put the blog post first with the 2 columns. I'm gonna put in another div block, and we're gonna call it flex. And in this flex, we're gonna have a flex column 1, and then after that we have another flex child, flex column 2. Awesome, that's what I wanted. The bigger part is where the actual blog post goes. All right, now I'm going to show you how to bring in that content of the blog post. Bring in a rich text. Get text from what? Oh, this is the categories template. My bad. Let's copy and paste everything into the blog post template. Sorry about that. Dynamic embeds and inlets can only be moved. What? Header content. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right, let's do the same thing. Click the footer. So we have our footer and header. Let's go back here to the categories. I want this guy right here. Control X to cut, and let's paste it into blog post. There we go. I got all excited. All right, here we go. Rich text block right here. Gonna go to settings and get text from post body. Boom, done, easy. All right, and you know what? Let's go ahead and this flex call one, we're gonna call it blog post. We need some space at the top and bottom. Let's say 40, and then the very top is, let me see here. Let me go real quick. The very top, is there a line? Yeah, at the very top there's a line. Let's add some space. No, not there. Let's say 40 on the side. So that way we have a line, one, silver. What does it look like right now? Okay, I think that should work. Cool. And let's go ahead and put the date here. So flex column 2, we're going to say blog post as well. And actually no, we don't call blog post. Blog details. This one's going to have a 40 at the top. And yeah, let's go ahead and put the date. So I'm going to put text block, and this is going to pull from the date, publish date, and the format is going to be like this. There we go, like that. And yeah, let's go ahead and put social sharing. So I've already did this in another page under share code, the social sharing. So I'm gonna, what it looks like right now is I just copied her code of the sharing, but didn't put any dynamic values into it. So this one's for Facebook, Google Plus, who uses that, Twitter, and Pinterest. And notice how I have a broken character? Those are the icons for each of those social networks that I pulled from Font Awesome, and I just copy pasted it. But it's not showing because we don't have the font set. So let's go ahead and just copy this HTML embed that I've already created and paste it into the blog post template. Okay, and let's see if this works. Let's see here. Let's set the font to Font Awesome. Aha, look at that, it works. Let's see, can I force? Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some styling. Did I give a class name? Oh, I don't want those class names. Let's see if I can give it a class name that I've already set inside of Webflow, which is icon. Let's see if that works. Aha, it worked! So whatever I created already inside of Webflow, I can put it into my code, and it'll pull the styles in. Okay, cool. Now let's put in the slugs. So this one is like Charli, HTTPS. Actually, let's just do Webflow. Charli Marie demo.webflow.io/post/ whatever the slug is. Let me just copy that. Paste. This is why I would like wrapping as well. And Pinterest, they just pull from the whatever the URL is of the page right now. I think that's what they do, but we'll see. Save and close, and let's see what it looks like in different breakpoints. That's fine. That's feeling scrunched. I don't like it. This one, let's set it to 100%, see what happens. No, because the flex right here doesn't have a wrap. And there we go. So this one here, blog post, 0. Nice. That's cool. Leave it as is. That's cool. And there we go. So now, let's go ahead and go to my page real quick. My published page. And if I click on this, there we go. Somewhat of a blog. Of course, we can do more styles to it and clean it up a bit, but that's the basics. So let's review. What have we learned? We've learned how to do the basics of the nav bar. Let me go back to the home page. We've done the basics of the nav bar. Okay, we've done Flexbox. We've created 2 collections, aka databases. And one of them we pulled in a CSV that was exported out of WordPress. Okay. We also did some dynamic embeds so we can do code and also put in some values. We did a basic footer. We made it responsive. And lastly, we created a blog post template page. Cool. Hope you guys learned something from it. Oh, and also we did a lightbox really quick. And so these demos, I always share them on my own Webflow account. And you guys can duplicate it. You guys can learn from it, dissect it, reverse engineer, build on top of it, whatever you want. It's all for learning purposes. And yeah, you can always review this video later on. I'll have a table of contents on workshops, webflow.com/workshops/ workshops-archive. I'll put the link below. Okay. What else? All right. So now that we're done with that, awesome. Let's get back into your questions and anything you're working on in Webflow. All right. Let me look at the chat room real quick. Yeah, I've later realized how often the photo is used. Affiliate marketing from scratch. So this is nothing right now. I'm just learning Webflow. Yeah, learn as much as you can. Hopefully you have fun. And, you know, if it's not fun, I will help you find a way to make it fun because you can do a lot of stuff with it. Affinity designer to Webflow. Huh. Francisco, okay, you have a link. Oh, no, we already looked at that. Okay. Okay. Who is the narrator for the university? Webflow University, the narrator, his name is McGuire. Forgot his last name, but he is really, really funny. I like him. Cool guy. Search coming soon. Yes, this summer. Sometime in the summer, maybe fall. Can't give you an exact date. I wish I could, but it is one of those things that we're trying to make right. And with all of our releases, we want to make sure it's quality over quantity. We can add features as fast as we want, you know, and just put it out there. But if it's buggy and it doesn't help your workflow, it doesn't really help anyone. Okay? So yeah, we want to get these out to you as soon as possible. Spencer, thanks again for the rad stream. Oh, you're rad. You're rad. Thank you for watching, man. I hope you're learning something. I hope everyone is. It's a joy every Tuesday to be in front of you guys and share the power of Webflow. Because honestly, it's something I've been a fanboy of since their beta in 2013, and I can't stop talking about it. And hopefully it's making your life easier and more fun and creative. and as well as for your clients too, if they're using the CMS. Hopefully it's making their lives easier to maintain their sites without having to jump through so many hoops or learn any technical knowledge just to get their own work done. Okay. What else? Okay. If that's the last question, then we're going to end off this stream. Let's do our usual sign-offs. Okay, if you have any billing or technical billing account or technical issues, please go to university.webflow.com/contact and submit your ticket there. I and the rest of the customer happiness team will help you out as fast as we can. If you have any design or custom code related issues, go to forum.webflow.com. The wonderful global community there will help you out. They want to help out, and it's really awesome. So post your question there. But if your question gets answered, please pass the favor forward and answer someone else's question so we can all grow together as a community. What else? This stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have an idea for episode number 100, what is this? We're at like 93 right now, so 7 more to go. If you have any ideas for it, please let me know on the forums or on Twitter, or just let us know, and we will see if we can put it into episode 100. It should be big, and I want it to be about you guys, the community, because you've been there with us since the beginning. What else? If you want to follow us on the social media, on Instagram or Twitter, it's at Webflow app. You can follow me on Twitter at ThePixelGeek. Facebook.com/Webflow. And I think that's about it. Greg says, thanks, Nelson. Don't listen to the haters. You have an awesome voice. Thank you, man. George says, unknown Webflow, good job. I'm going to study it. Yes, study it. Have fun. Do what you can. Come back next week and show us what you've created. And speaking of creating, make sure that you make the web beautiful. See you guys.